Hi guys, we are recording. Welcome to the Team Bold and Beautiful call. It is July 29th, 2018, and I am so excited you guys are all here. I love seeing all of your beautiful faces. Tonight, me and Sarah are just going to touch on some awesome content that will just kind of propel you forward, not only in this business, but in life, and just kind of getting over yourself and remembering to just do your crap even when times get hard. So I'm going to turn it over to Sarah as she's going to kind of talk about some really good content that I think is really beneficial with Emerald and signing up spouses and all that other stuff. And there's a couple other things we want to hit on. But if you guys, right before I give it to her, it is the 29th of July. If you guys have not already beat your best, there is still plenty of time to beat your best. And what that means for some of our newer coaches on the call, that means that you have a certain number of Success Club points or helping people that you've hit in the past that now you are trying to like one up in a sense. So like my highest Success Club points were 20. Right now I'm at 18 and I'm aiming to hit 22 so that I beat my best, because that money, not only do you get a cool little medal from Carl Deichler and the CEO and all that other stuff saying that, hey, you're helping people, but all of that money is actually going back to a really cool charity. And if you don't know anything about that, I'll make sure I post it in the team page, but that's really cool in general. And that just speaks volume about this company and what their mission and vision is, and it's to give back to other people, because like what I always say, there's 265 million people struggling with being overweight or obese, and that's 265 million people that we need to just go out and help. So continue to push and strive to beat your best, but I'm going to hand it over to Sarah as she mic drops a bunch of content.
Thank you, guys. Okay, so I'm going to talk about a couple different things. One is how I set my calendar up. I do pen and paper. Mariah does Google Streak. So two very different ways to do stuff, both work really well. So I'm just going to kind of give you my version, and then I know Mariah's talked about Google Streak in the past. And then I was just going to kind of, I was going to have this be a little more interactive, and I had this idea to kind of talk about how you can initially go Emerald if you're not an Emerald coach yet. And I had this idea because I've had some coaches that have, and coaches that have been hitting this, and I just kind of noticed this familiar pattern of who your very first coaches are. And they tend to be people in your inner circle already versus just like random people that you meet on social media. So a lot of the people that I sign on to my team now are not in my warm market, not people I know like at all. They're just people I've met through social media strictly. But those first couple coaches are typically people that you do know really well. They're people in your inner circle. So if you haven't hit that benchmark of Emerald yet, I would definitely look at that. So my first two coaches were my husband, and then I had a friend that I saw like at work all the time. That was my other coach. So those were my first two coaches that got me to Emerald. And so I was kind of looking at this, and I was looking at some different patterns, like my coach Lindsay. So she's an Emerald coach. She actually just signed up her third coach over the weekend, which is awesome. But if you look, her two coaches that got her to Emerald were a friend she went to PA school with, and then her husband. Okay, so kind of very similar thing. That's what got her to Emerald. Mariah, I know she signed up her husband at the time. You don't mind me saying that. You talk about it all the time. But she talked about that, and then I don't know if you want to just put like in the chat or unmute yourself who that second person was, because it's been so long now that of course I don't remember. But
yeah, I don't know what was going on. It wasn't working. But yeah, it was my ex-husband that I signed up right away. And I actually just transferred his business center into my boyfriend so that I can still utilize that, which is huge. And then it was two of my really good friends that I worked on the floor together as nurses. So it was, again, very warm market, very, very close contact.
Yeah. And so then I was looking at it like, I have a coach. So a lot of you guys know Abby, like her husband is somebody that got her to Emerald. And then I believe it was like her mother-in-law. So typically it's somebody really close to you. My mom is a coach on my team as well. So if you haven't gotten Emerald yet, I would just kind of look at those things. Morgan did a really awesome post in our team page this week about how important it is to make sure that you get your spouse or your significant other to be like that very first place spot under you in your business, because it's something that is going to be an income stream for you later on down the road. And so to just really get them in that slot, because once that slot is gone, it's gone. You can't get it back. So I would definitely do that. Tori, you're on here. Who are your first two coaches?
That's funny because I was just typing in the chat. But honestly, I don't remember. It was John, and I think it was Kelsey, but I don't remember. But I think that was funny that you asked. But while you're on this topic, I have to get to go. I almost have to log off. But I had a quick question that I was typing. I've had people ask me, does it matter which leg you put your spouse on? So I didn't know if you wanted to touch on that. I don't really know the answer if it actually matters. But
okay.
That was my question I was about to type.
So it's I usually recommend that my coaches put it on their weak leg, but honestly, I don't think there's a wrong or a right. And the thing is, I say this because my husband, I put him on my weak leg, but when I put him on my weak leg for a very long time, that actually ended up being it grew to my strong leg. And then all of a sudden I had a lot more going on. So, okay, I don't want to confuse you guys. So my husband's on my left leg. And originally that was my weak side. So that's where I put him. And then I was growing both sides pretty equally. And eventually, actually, my right side started taking off a lot more. And so that became my strong leg, but my left leg was strong before that. So it's like I've had my business, my strong and my weak have flip-flopped a lot, is basically what I'm getting at. So what is currently your strong leg can always change at some point and become your weak leg. You just never know when you're going to sign up that next rock star coach. You have no clue when that's going to happen. So even though you might have a really, really strong leg, that could switch in the near future. So if you haven't put your husband or your significant other on your weak leg, and when you sign up a coach, you only have 5 days to switch it, and you feel like that's a mistake, I honestly would not spend the time worrying about that, because like I said, you could end up signing somebody else or somebody up, and all of a sudden your legs flip-flop. So it really is not that big of a deal. I think what's way more important is when you become 2-star and you get to open up your second CBC, that basically means that Beachbody is allowing you to sign up as a coach. You get to sign yourself up as a coach underneath yourself. I think that is way more important on where you place that versus like where you place your husband. Yeah, and what Sarah Bearden is saying in the chat is when you have your spouse, that's somebody that you can help get to Emerald. And so basically you have another business center that you have control over, versus I have no control over any of my coaches' businesses other than mine, my husband, and my second CBC. I cannot control what goes on in Mariah's business. I can't control what goes on in Sarah's business or Lindsay's business. I have no control. I can just mentor and support, but I can't control that, versus, okay, I can control if my husband's Emerald or not, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and Sarah, I'm just going to touch on that really quick. In the aspect of like really being able to see that compound effect, I think Morgan did a really great job. And if you guys haven't read that post, I know Sarah already mentioned it, I really would go encourage you to do it, because it's not until right now, especially for me and my business, that I see that compound effect. A lot of people are like, well, why is this taking so long? Why does it feel like I'm putting more into what I'm actually seeing back? And it's because of the slow compound effect of just little consistent things. So when Morgan made that post and she said that, hey, because Sean is under me, not only did I get paid in my business center, Sean got paid because he's so high up in the business. So the volume underneath Sean and everybody on our team, because Team Cycles is all about the team, she made $300 in Sean's business center. That is incredible, because not only did she get paid in her business center, her husband essentially got paid. And I promise you, he's not running the business. Sean, if you guys have never met Sean, Sean is not running the business. But Sean supports Morgan and understands that they needed to do this together as a team. So that is instant income that's coming in every single week. The same thing for Sarah and Aaron, the same thing for me and Alex. So I know you guys are like, you see it and you're like, man, why am I signing up my significant other right away? I promise you right now, it seems like this is a headache. I don't know why they're telling me to do that, but if you trust us, I promise it'll pay off. When you get paid $800 in one business center and then $300 in another, that's a big deal, especially in 1 week's time.
Yeah, it's going to happen with that consistency and that effort over time for sure. It's just a delayed gratification business. Okay, so then I was going to talk about my calendar. So really quick, I use pen and paper. Literally, my calendar is, you can't see this, hold on. I want you guys to see the front of it. Okay, literally, I buy my calendar at Target, nothing fancy at all. And I love utilizing this part of the calendar where it gives you like the full month, okay? And what I do on this page, so I just open it up to September. On Thursdays, I have written down Beachbody payday. I write all my checks in there because I'm tracking how much I'm making every month and I want to be able to see that growth over time. So I have all my Beachbody paychecks written down in here on Thursday. In the notes section, so what's really cool is it gives me like this notes section. I cannot talk today. So what happens when you go on vacation? Your head turns to mush. In the notes section, I write down anytime somebody orders a challenge pack for me. And this is really cool because I can literally just go back and I can be like, okay, who signed up with me in June? Okay, Susan did. Susan bought a challenge pack in June. So did Rochelle, so did Lisa. So I can go back and I can look at those and I know like I need to follow up with them. Okay, so I'm not losing people that have signed up with me in the past and then it's like, oops, I went MIA as a coach and I haven't checked in on them. So once a week I will go and I'll flip back through this calendar and it's really fast and I can just send out a text. It's like, hey, Susan, I just want to check in with you and see how you're doing. What can you tell me? And I do give all my challengers my phone number so that they can text me, because if you send me a text, like sometimes I don't get to my Instagram messages or my Facebook messages right away, but my text message is probably my fastest response time. So they all get my phone number, and then I will send that text out once a week. So then I can go to July. Okay, so Nicole, Dacia, Laura, and Melissa signed up with me, so I know I need to check in with them. So that just makes my life like way easy. Then I add up all my Beachbody paychecks and I have the total written in that note section too, because I like to look through and be like, last July, how much income did I make compared to this July? And I like to see that growth and see, because this business feels super slow. Okay. And you're just like, ugh, like it does. But then I'll go back and I'll be like, okay, I'm definitely making more. Like this is working, you know? And so it's good to kind of have that to like build up your confidence again. So those are a couple different things that I do. And then, you know, and if they sign up as a coach, same thing, they go in that section. And then, you know, we have this section of your paper and pen where it gives you like each day of the week. Okay. So basically my entire life goes in this. If I lose this planner, I'm screwed, because all my bills are written in here too. But I literally have everything that's going on. Like Monday, I know Erin is working a volleyball camp. My mom's babysitting. That's written down. So everything is in here. I've got Meet the Teacher on Tuesday night. Like I have a one-on-one with Lindsay on Wednesday. So all of my stuff with my coaches is going in here. The boys' first day of school is on Thursday. I'm going to the Rachel Hollis movie and Erin's working volleyball. Friday, Erin has a meeting. I'm doing a group Zoom with Melissa, Katie, and Steph at 5 o'clock on Friday. Saturday, I'm going to the Diamondback game. Sunday, we have a team call. So like everything is just like written in there. Boom, boom, boom. A lot of people just do this on their phone, but I've literally been doing pen and paper since like college. And so it's such a habit in my life that it's like, this is something I know I actually stick with. So if you're that person and you know, you don't do well with all the, you know, tracking all this stuff with technology, then don't do that. It's totally fine. As long as you're tracking, it does not matter how you do it. So you can do it with Google Streak or you can do it this way. Okay, other thing I do is somebody buys a challenge pack for me. I go to the next month's date. So let's just say somebody on July 15th ordered a challenge pack. I'm going to go to August 15th in my calendar and I'm going to be like, Nicole's Shakeology ships out. Okay. Because I know it's on auto ship. So I have that written in. So a week before or so, like 5 to 7 days before, I will usually send like a video message and I'll be like, hey, Nicole, I just wanted to let you know that your Shakeology is about to ship out. And I'll say, you know what, I think would be an awesome fit for you is why don't you sign up as a coach? I know you're loving this. I know you're doing really well and you get a 25% discount. And I don't know if you've ever considered getting your Shakeology paid for, but that would be an option as well. And just sending like a voice message like that. Be like, hey, I want to do what I think is going to be the best fit for you. So that's typically what I do. I've been sending a lot of video messages versus one, it's quick, and two, it's more personable. So I've been doing a lot of that versus just typing in stuff. I feel like that takes a lot more time, and people get to know me because I'm like right there, you know. So I've been doing that. So I do that too. So it's really nice because Beachbody is going to send them an email that tells them their Shakeology is about to ship too. And it kind of like, instead of just allowing Beachbody to do that, I think it's really nice because they're able to see that you're thinking of them. You know, I let them know like, hey, we can change your ship date. We can change the flavor. We can do whatever you need. Just let me know how I can help support you. That's something else I say in that video message. I have really good retention. Like I don't have like insanely high Success Club numbers, but I have really good retention, meaning that I don't have a lot of coaches that quit and I don't have a lot of people that like people will stay drinking their Shakeology with me. Even discount coaches will stick around. So I don't hit like Success Club 25 or anything, but I have really good retention, which is why my volume is really good every single week. And I think that this is why. So I hope that's helpful to you. I'm trying to think if I left anything out. I don't think I did. Oh, one thing I did want to say is the other thing I have is I literally just have like just a folder of paper from Target again. And this is the only other thing I use for tracking. So in here, I'll do notes from team calls, but anytime somebody is interested in coaching or my accountability group or anything, they fill out my Google Doc form, whatever. They go in here. And so I have like a list where it says like 80-day obsession interest and it has different names in it. But it's all in one place, so it's not like sticky notes all over my computer and like papers upstairs, papers downstairs. It's not set up that way. So now that, and the nice thing is now I have on Instagram, people are filling out my Google form. That's like primarily how I know people want to work with me. So I will have their information in here with like their name, their email, their Instagram handle, and like what they're interested in. And I write that all down and then it's in one place. And like, if they did not order, I'll just put a big star by it. And then I'll go back in like a week and I'll follow up with them. And I can literally do this like over and over and over again, if that makes sense. So, it basically ends up being a huge follow-up list because all these people that I'm writing in here, they're not all going to order. They're not all going to sign up. But it's one place that I can go and be like, okay, Kristen did not sign up. I need to check in with her. Jennifer did not sign up. I need to check in with her. Like all of that. So I just like that it's all in one condensed space. So those are the two things that I use. do you send out the canned response first or the Google form first? The Google form first. So what I do, Mariah could talk about it too. So my Google form is not the one that is,
you're not doing the share a cart Google.
No, it's not the share a cart Google form. No, it's literally, and you could go to my Instagram and look at it. It just is asking them like questions about like how much time would they want to spend exercising. Like it's very like general questions. You can just go and look at it. It doesn't ask them like, oh, do you want beach bars? Do you want energize? It doesn't say anything like that. But it just is a way for me to like get their email right away. So I at least have that because I want to make sure I have like anybody I talk to, I want to make sure that I have their email more than anything else. So I do that first and then I send out a canned response, okay? So hopefully that answered that question. Yeah, and then the last thing I would do is send out a Google form that is like, okay, exactly what do you want out of all the products? Okay. You guys have any more questions about that? Okay. I think that's it. Mariah, do you want to continue? You're muted.
All right, guys. So I'm going to shift your mindset for just a second. So I'm going to ask you to do something that is a little different. Take a second and just trust me. Close your eyes. I know some of you are cooking. I know some of you guys are bouncing around. I know that some of you are probably have a baby in your arms, but I need you to just do me a favor and just take 5 seconds just to close your eyes. I'm playing a little bit of meditation music in the back, but everybody close their eyes. Don't take notes. Don't worry about anything else. Just take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Be fully present right here in this time and place with me. I want to remind you right now that you are absolutely amazing. I want to tell you, you are so incredibly beautiful, intelligent, and smart. I want you to know that no matter what is going on in your head, the bills that need to be paid, the wife chores that need to be done, getting your kids to and from their events, none of that matters right now in this place. The only thing that matters is me telling you how incredible you are and how proud of you I am. You are more than enough. Life sometimes is hard, but you are so much stronger than your circumstance. Your past sometimes tears you down, but your past does not dictate your future. Your mess is now your message, and your story matters. So right now, take a deep breath in and let it out. And just spend the next 10 seconds dreaming big. What do you want? Is it just to pay the bills? Is it to buy your dream house? Is it to pay off your husband's student loans? Is it to pay for your kids' college? Is it just traveling with someone you love? What do you want? Take a deep breath in and let it out. And know that whatever it is that you want, I'm here to support you. Sarah's here to support you. Morgan's here to support you. And now it's time to go after it. Open your eyes when you're ready. So I see tears. I see people taking deep breaths of relief. I just want to shift your mindset for you to know that whatever it is you want, that's all that matters. Guys, Beachbody gives us a platform to dream big and to dream bold. Beachbody gives us a way to cultivate our own superpower. Sarah has found her superpower. She is a passionate physical therapist, a passionate boy mom, an incredibly devoted wife, and she is striving to help other women find their voice, whether that's being a mom, a physical therapist, being a wife, or just wanting to dream bigger for her family. I have found my voice. It is a passionate nurse practitioner. I want to mentor other nurses in the community. I want to help inspire other people to just continue to dream bigger and to get healthier. And I will not stop until I get rid of depression as a disorder. Like, I might be 6 feet under before that happens, but I am so tired of people that I love and seeing patients that I take care of struggle with depression. So that's my mission. With both of our own superpowers that we own, we also know what we want. But what I'm here to tell you guys is you guys need to think about your superpower. Don't make it look like mine. Don't make it look like Sarah's. Don't make it look like Morgan's. Figure out what your superpower is and then run with it. There are going to be self-limiting beliefs that hold you back, that tell you you're not enough. There are going to be self-limiting beliefs that tell you that you can't accomplish it. And just remember that me and Sarah are going to be that voice that is constantly in your ear telling you that, yes, you can. So when you guys closed your eyes, you thought about what you wanted. If you guys are comfortable, throw it in the chat. I would love to see what it is that you want. But at the same time, keep listening. So as you're cultivating what you want and you're coming up with your superpower, I want this to be a gut check. I want you to hashtag, literally, if everybody wants to throw it up, go for it. Hashtag, do your crap. Guys, I know it gets hard to just constantly send out message after message after message after message and get no after no after no. But that is hashtag do your crap. Dive into personal development, read books, dive into audiobooks, listen to podcasts. Guys, Your Life Matters podcast by yours truly is coming out August 7th, and it is here for you guys. I came up with this idea for you guys. So dive into those things that are going to pour into your life, that's going to give you an unwavering belief of hope and purpose. That's what I want you guys to think about. When you are going through message after message and hearing no after no, I want you to continue to do your crap. That means working out every single day. If you are diving into 2B mindset because you're not quite yet ready to work out, that is okay. 2B mindset is a program that's shifting your mindset with food. If you're looking for a program that's less impact, that's not going to hurt your body as much, follow 21 Day Fix, follow Kat, she's amazing. Dive into things that are going to benefit you, but you have to get at least 30 minutes a day of some type of activity in your body. That's doing your crap. You need to drink your Shakeology. The superfoods are crazy. As a healthcare provider, there is nothing that comes even close to it. And I know Lindsay as a PA could speak volumes about it. Sarah being, she has celiac disease and Gilbert's syndrome. Those are really things that she has to pay attention to nutrition. All three of us as your healthcare gurus have your back when you're talking to other people about Shakeology. Shakeology is a must. The nutrients are unmatched and you need to be drinking it yourself, being a product of the product. The next thing, your vital behaviors in our team page. Guys, it is your responsibility to comment in our Born to Shine Wellness Studio. It is your responsibility to add value to our team page, Team Bold and Beautiful. And it is your responsibility to be a center of support for other people that are in our group. We have so many people that are adding into our group that you guys need to cheer on, that you guys need to support the same way that we support you, the same way other people have supported you in the past, especially if you've been here for a long time. Sarah's been doing this for almost like going on 5 years. I've been doing it for almost 3 years. People have supported us. It's my responsibility. It's her responsibility to show up in the team page and comment and like and encourage. And when somebody's saying I'm struggling and I want to eat a box full of donuts, that's when you throw in a GIF and say, something funny. I don't know. Steve Harvey always has funny GIFs in there. So you can throw something in there that kind of gives them some words of encouragement to let them know that, hey, I want to eat a box of donuts too, but we got a mission. Like, let's keep it pushing. So guys, that is your responsibility. That is you doing your crap. And the last thing, doing your crap in any capacity is helping other people. When we talk about Success Club, especially for newer coaches on this call and those who are going to be watching the recording, when I talk about hitting Success Club, I talk about helping people. Success Club means you are actively helping people. Now, do not give me objections of, I'm not yet ready to help other people because I haven't helped myself. That's crap. Guys, I was depressed, I was overworked, I was suicidal, and Sarah asked me to coach December 17th of 2014. I hit Success Club 11. I'm not really good at math, but figure out how many people that was that I helped in a span of 2 weeks. That is me doing my crap. That was me saying, look, I'm getting help and I'm going to help you with me. I'm not letting you sit there and drown and wallow in your crap. We're going to get out of our crap together. So yes, you are ready to coach. Yes, you can be amazing. Thank you, Marissa. Thank you for the math. Not good. I need my calculator. That is you helping other people. So believe in yourself enough to say, I have purpose and I can help somebody. Do not be selfish in this business. And I say that with love. When you don't help other people, that's you being selfish. That's you holding on to this incredible opportunity to help somebody else. Now, if you're saying, Mariah, you posted that video about earning $500 without ever hitting Success Club. If I could rip that video down in a heartbeat, I would, because you guys have like taken it and ran. Don't just sign people up with the Beachbody on demand, because guess what? You're being selfish with helping them learn about the benefits of Shakeology. Don't just sign people up to get a commission-based income. I don't want you to get that. I want you guys to tap into this team. The team's volume is incredible. Sarah, so if you think about it, I'm here, Sarah's here. As Sarah's adding coaches, it's not only helping me, but it's helping all the people that I'm putting under. So every single one of you guys are on our downline and you are getting benefited from that. So every single Wednesday, when you look at your volume, and you say, man, I have 200 on one side, I have 100 on the other, that is my team having my back. That is my team having my back so that I can get paid $14 if you're Emerald, $16 if you're Ruby, and $18 as a Diamond. That is you tapping into the team. It is teamwork makes the dream work, guys. And I say that, I said it since I was a captain in basketball when I was back in high school. Teamwork makes the dream work. When you guys dive in and really hit Success Club and really add value to the team and you're adding coaches, you're making the dream work. So in order to make the dream work, you have to do your crap. Next thing that ties into that, I love you guys wholeheartedly to know that not only am I your friend, not only am I your coach. So with those two things, I'm your friend and I'm your coach. The one thing that I'm not going to do is allow you to be in a pity party and for me to join you. You can be negative. You can wallow in your own crap. I'm going to spend about 10 seconds trying to get you out of it. And if you're still in it, I'm going to tell you to call me back when you have your shit together. It's very simple. As your coach and as your friend, that is my responsibility to you. Sarah and I talk every single day, except for the past couple of days because it was her hubby time. We talk every single day. There's a moment in time where Sarah just needs to vent. There's a moment in time where I just need to vent. And it is a very simple conversation. I remember I called Sarah one time and woe is me, Mariah came full gates with like the pity party. And Sarah pretty much gave me an ultimatum, like, Mariah, figure it out or I'm getting off this phone. Like, it was very simple. And it was like, she's my best friend. She has my back. She's not going to let me sit in it. And she's my coach. So regardless of if you come to me, to Sarah, to Morgan, or each other as teammates, do yourself the favor and do your team the favor of being their friend and being their coach and don't letting them sit in their own crap. It's very simple. So if we FaceTime and we have a one-on-one call or we're on this team page and you start going in a freaking rabbit's hole about something, I'm going to give you 10 seconds because guess what? I believe in you and you are better than that. It's very simple. So do your crap and don't sit in a pity party. I'm not going to let you. So if you really just truly want to kick in the butt, you know to call me. And it's very simple. Me and my girl Marissa had that conversation. It was about 20 seconds. And I said, Marissa, do you need me to hear you? Do you need me to be empathetic? Or do you need me to be your coach? And she said, let's go with the second one. And the very first thing that came out of my mouth was, get the hell off the couch and go do something. It was very simple because she was sitting there. She was stuck. And she knows that I'm sharing this because of real vulnerability. We are a team. So guys, be each other's friends and teammates. Be each other's coaches. I'm going to be here to support you, but it's because I believe in you. When I'm giving you a swift kick in the butt, it's because I believe in you. When Sarah texts me and says, hey, let's do Sean Week, dig deep, and she knows I'm going to die, she knows that she's pushing me. Even though there were very vulgar text messages exchanged back and forth after I was done with that workout, she pushed me to be better. Don't worry, I got her back. I made her do booty day and she was not happy. So that is us having each other's back. And that's the same way that I feel about every single one of you. Now, into a little bit of content before we end the call. How does Mariah do it? How do I hit Success Club 18 in one business center, Success Club 6 in another business center that I'm running, and make sure that I hit Success Club 10 by the next month? It's simple. I set myself up for success in a way that really drives my business into consistency. So the last 2 weeks are very regimented. So the very first 2 weeks of the month, it is me just signing up people and helping people. I'm interacting on my Instagram with polls. I'm talking about, hey, I'm asking questions. I have the swipe up feature on my Instagram stories. I'm telling them to swipe up to join me. I'm saying that I have 10 open spots for mentoring and that I want them to be a part of it. I'm doing that at the beginning of the month because then it sets up the middle of the month for success. And then this is where things get a little different. Yes, I use Google Streak for tracking and follow-ups, but I have, and it's so funny, I have like 2 notebooks that I work out of. And then even though Sarah laughs at me, I really do have a planner and it kind of looks the exact same way as Sarah's does. This is when I start getting into it, where I get into pen and paper because I work better that way. I write down ideas. I write down how I can help other people. And then I sit there and I just kind of brew on it. So this middle of the month, especially for this month, July, I've been really working on my podcast. I've really been working on different things for a website that I'm coming up with and all this different stuff. So that's me working on my stuff for the second part of the month or the next month. And then the last week and a half or so, that's when I really go hard with messages. But I don't go hard with messages because I'm freaking out because I haven't hit Success Club. That's what I'm catching a lot of you guys doing. You're like, oh my God, I haven't even hit Success Club. Let me send out 150 messages. Well, if you do that and you only have 3 days, you're rushing the whole situation. And are you really helping anybody? Or are you really just trying to hit Success Club? Ask yourself that. That's what I mean by mindset shift. Somebody gets a vibe from you when you're rushing something. When it's like, oh yeah, here's the content, here's your canned response. Oh, hey, have you seen it? Have you seen it? Have you seen it? Have you seen it? That, I wouldn't want to sign up either. Guys, you're trying to bring them into a tribe. Our tribe is not that vibe. Our tribe is, hey, I have your back. We're soul sisters for life. This is what's going to be awesome for you, and this is what's going to create value. You should join me. And then I forget about it. And then a week goes by and I ask them again, hey, do you have any questions? If you set yourself up for failure and you're trying to cram everything in a span of 48 hours, people are going to get that feeling of like, ugh, she just does she need to hit her quota by the end of the month? That's what would go through my head. And it's not about quotas, guys. This is about changing and saving lives. So the last week and a half, that's when I'm really setting up. So, I usually send about 25 to 50 messages every single day. It's a non-negotiable for me. Around the bottom half of the month, that's when you will see me really be attached to my phone for a good hour and I'm sending out messages. That means I'm swiping up on my Instagram stories. And if I have 1,000 people watching my stories, I'm going through every single name that is watching my story and saying, have they gotten a message from me? Have they gotten a message from me? And then if they have, I'll see how long ago I messaged them and be like, hey, beautiful, how are you doing? How was your week? That's me having that more warm, touchy-feely stuff that we talk about that I don't really like a whole lot versus the original message that I sent. And then I keep going. And so if I have 1,000 people watching my story, I've probably sent anywhere from 150 to 200 messages. Now, I know you guys are like, I don't have 1,000 people watching my story, Mariah. That seems unrealistic. Well, hey, if you have 13 likes on your post because you're posting consistently, that's 13 people that you can message. If you have 35 people watching your story, out of the 35 people, there's probably 15 of them that you haven't messaged before. So if your numbers look a little bit different than mine, that's okay. Comparison is a thief of joy. Get out of your head right now. I know what you're saying. I don't have 1,000 followers. This is why I'm not hitting Success Club. That's BS. Get it out of your head. You're better than that. You can hit Success Club. So when you're sitting there and you're preparing for the bottom half of the month, that's when you should be sending out a bunch of messages. And then the way that I work it this way is I sit there and, sorry, Tori, I'm muting you really quick. So what I do is I set it up to where they have the link, or they have told me that they want the link, and then I'm just engaging with them. Hey, sister, I'm so excited that you're ready to get started. Can you fill out this Google form for me? And that's my Google share a cart form. And then I see it pop into my email. I'm my own boss. I answer that email when I feel like it. So I look at that form, I know she answered it, and then say it's July 31st, that's when I'm going to respond to her. And I'd be like, hey, sister, the first of the month is coming up. I would love to see you sign up tomorrow morning, and then we can get you started right away. That way, August 1st, I've hit Success Club, whatever. I've signed people up, and they feel like it's value. Like, how cool is it to be like, I started August 1st, instead of being like, I started July 28th. That's weird. You start fresh at the first of the month. Everybody kind of has that same mentality. So it's not me being sneaky. It's not being like shady. It's me being strategic, because yes, I want to help them, but I also want to help set them up for success. They all are like, yes, it's August 1st. I started this brand new journey with Mariah, and she's going to help me, versus being like, yeah, I started at the end of the month and then everything was rushed and I didn't feel very good and blah, 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 all this stuff. So this is what I do, and this is how I'm successful. I know that was very long-winded in the sense of how I set up my next month, but making sure that you're adding polls. Like right now, it's July 29th. You should be talking about polls. If you don't have the swipe up feature, or if you do have the swipe up feature, add the GIF that says swipe up and get people to swipe up, because what it's going to do is open up that message bar, and somebody is going to be brave enough to say, I need your help, Marissa. I need your help, Stephanie. Please help me with the guidance that you've been talking about so positively on your Instagram stories. That's what's going to happen from that. If you're engaging with them, do like Sarah made a complete fool of herself. Complete fool. She did in my feelings challenge. She made my heart so stinking happy, because she does not dance. And I, on a daily, you guys watch my story, I on a daily dance and act crazy. And somehow, some way, you guys still like me. Your vibe attracts your tribe. So you guys still watch my stories. You still call me your friend and your coach. You just have to be yourself. That's what people want to see. So when you're sitting there and you're like, Mariah, I don't feel comfortable sending out those messages. I don't feel comfortable sending out 150 messages to random people that I don't know. Guess what? They know you. If you show up every single day on your story and you act completely yourself, they know you. One of the coolest things in the world that I heard today when me and Tori were FaceTiming is her fiance and I met for the first time. I was just myself. I walked up to him, gave him a big hug, and was like, I'm so excited to meet you. I felt like we knew each other, because I've talked to him before through FaceTime. And then the comment that was made afterwards, Tori told me, and I'm very blessed that she told me, she was like, John said that you really do act the same way in your Instagram stories, and you're not fake at all. And I was like, yes, like I really am myself. So when I'm sitting there and I'm talking and I'm jamming out and I'm being myself, that's really who I am. So when I send out those 150 messages to people and I'm saying, hey, sister, I think you would be awesome for this. I have my Born to Shine Wellness Group boot camp starting up here soon, and I know that you would be perfect for it. They don't think that that's nasty and grimy, because they know how I talk on my Instagram stories. They see me every single day, talk to them through my stories the same way that I'm going to message them. So no, you're not going to see me message them and say, hey, cute dog. I'm not doing it. Not doing it. It's not my jam. It's not my vibe. They might have a really cute dog, but that's not how. I don't need to help them through their dog. I need to help them get out of their depression. I need to help them with their weight. I need to help them with their mindset, because guess what? We as women are complete badasses, and I want to empower other badass women to go and strive and do great things. That's my mission. My mission is not to talk to them about their dog. Does that make sense? Okay. I want you guys to be fired up. I want you guys to go after your wants. I'm going to pull up the chat really quick because I really, like, I just kept, as I was talking, I'm like, yes, so many people want what they want. And I see all the hashtags, do your crap. Sarah talks about paying off Aaron's student loans and pay for her boys' college. Think about that. That's huge. Marissa wants a dream home. Guilt-free stay-at-home mommy. That is amazing, Stephanie. I love that. That is a push to pay off my massive student loan debt. Do you see, like, your vibe attracts your tribe? All of us have student loan debt that we need to pay, and this is the ability to do that. Stephanie, I love this. Be comfortable in my own skin. That is why Beachbody is so much bigger than workouts and Shakeology. It is about a growth mindset. It is about developing the belief in yourself that you can accomplish whatever it is in your life and be surrounded by incredible people. But building a home, doing this for me, this is I love this. I want to leave my job and live my dreams in a skyrise condo with no student loans. Like, she was so specific with that, like skyrise. Like, I'm thinking like, woo, that's awesome. Like, I'm just going to come stay at your house, Jen. Like, that's what's going to happen. Freedom to not worry about having to say no to my kids. Oh, because we can't afford to do stuff. My heart just sank. Seriously, Shay, like, that's huge. How hard is that? And Sarah's saying too, I see her face, like, how hard is that to be like, no, we can't go to Disneyland this year because mommy and daddy can't afford it. Fuck that. Yes, you can. Let's build this business. Let's build this dream so that you can take your kids and do whatever it is for your kids that you want. Lindsay, I love that. You want to pay off PA school loan debt and build your dream house and be one of the top PAs in orthopedics. I love it. You're going to be a top PA in orthopedics, and I'm going to know you, and I'm going to rock it as the top MP in pediatrics, and then we're going to collaborate and just blow Arizona up. I'm so excited. That's awesome. Marissa wants to travel and not worry about finances. And Kelsey wants to travel the world. Do your crap, Kelsey, in exclamation points. I love that. Traveling, get my hair done whenever I want and get pampered and get a new car. Guys, total side note, I get to go to Dry Bar every 3 weeks. That is my gift to myself for working so damn hard, and it is the best thing ever. It is the best hour and 30 minutes that I don't have to worry about this crazy hair. Do you know it takes me 3 hours to do this myself? That lady was like, this pays for itself. Because literally $45, I get to keep my hair this way for 3 weeks. Bam. It's awesome. So yes, Stephanie, get your hair done whenever you want. Get pampered and get a new car because you deserve it. And that's so freaking awesome. I love that you guys claimed what you want. I love that so much because you can go after whatever it is you want in this life and know that me and Sarah and this team, Team Bold and Beautiful, is going to have your freaking back. We are going to have your back. Go after what you want and know that you have a tribe here to support you. All right, so I know Sarah and I both talked about a bunch of content. I'm going to open it up for just a couple of minutes of Q&A because we have a couple of minutes. And then just unmute yourself. Me and Sarah are here at your disposal. Ask questions. Tori, as a diamond coach and a leader, I'm sure she's happy to answer any questions too. Lindsay's killing it. So let's just open it up. We got each other's back.
Lindsay's face when you said it takes you 3 hours to do your hair was priceless.
That's awesome. I'm so serious. You don't understand. These curls are cray-cray.
This is all natural, air dried.
Right. That's how my hair is.
Right?
Yeah. So funny. Yep.
Any questions about tracking? Any questions about
anything? It doesn't have to be anything we talked about either.
No. It can even be like what PD we're reading this month.
I have a question.
Yeah, Taylor, go for it.
So you guys were talking about like the whole like signing your spouse up thing. And it's like, what does your spouse have to actually do? Because my fiance is like
nada.
Health and fitness.
Nothing. Nada. They don't have to do anything. Nothing. Just sign their name in a dotted line, give their social, and just like go back in the corner.
So
hopefully start working out with you.
The way that you would sign them up is with a challenge pack, because that's going to give you 2 points. It's going to give you 25% commission. And then what you're going to do is the next month, you can pick whatever you want to be sent to you. So look at all the different things that Beachbody has. It doesn't have to be Shakeology. So if you're ordering Shakeology under yourself, maybe you're ordering Recover. As long as it's 52 PV or above,
Okay.
and every single product has volume associated with it. So as long as it's that, so it could be Beach Bars, it could be Energize, it can be Recover, whatever. As long as it adds up to 52. There's Shakeology Boost. Like, it's crazy because when I joined, Shakeology was like the only thing that existed, really. There was like a couple like multivitamins that nobody I knew ever took. So now we've got like Hydrate. My kids drink that instead of Gatorade. I mean, we've got Recharge. So just kind of look at that stuff and figure out what are you going to use, because your spouse doesn't need to use anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then on that note too, like I know for me, I was kind of financially struck like between a rock and a hard place at that time. And I automatically wanted to hit Emerald. Technically, guys, if you think about it, you could hit Emerald in like 24 hours. I knew that I signed myself up for the challenge pack and that I was on a mission. So what I did is I signed up my husband at the time with a performance stack. Same thing when I transferred over the business to Alex, my boyfriend, I switched it over and I signed him up with a performance stack. I drink it all the time, and that was for me a way for me to get that commission because it needs to be above 52 PV. I spent a good chunk of change, but I knew that I was going to continue to push and sign people up. So yes, signing up with a challenge pack would be incredible, but I don't want you to feel like if you can't afford the challenge pack, that's a scapegoat for you not to sign them up. It's not. There's something else that you can do.
Okay. Cool. Thank you.
Okay.
And then I shared how to find your volume in the chat.
Perfect.
Yeah. You have to be 18 to be a coach.
Yes.
My kids on their 18th birthday are getting signed up.
Yeah.
It's going to be like 2 a.m. on their birthday, and boom, they're getting signed up because I know what this can do for them. And I'm just thinking like, oh my God, if I could have signed up as a coach when I was 18, like that would be incredible.
Yeah. And think about the mindset shift, like that they've seen you since they were like little kids doing this.
Yeah. And you eat like crap when you go to college. So when my kids go to college, they're at least going to be drinking Shakeology.
See, that's what I'm looking at. My son is 16 and he's working outside at a day camp all summer, and he's looking to try out for fall ball for baseball.
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking he's got to eat in order for the Concerta to work. He's not really great about a formal breakfast. So at 16, are the bars and like the Shakeology enough nutrition for him? Mariah, you could probably speak to that better than I would know nowadays in nursing, but are those the right balance of nutrition and stuff that he would need that would at least get something in him to help the Concerta keep working and get him through tryouts and practice and whatever?
Yeah, absolutely. And you see Lindsay's head going like, yes, like a bobblehead. She's excited. And Stephanie, that's awesome that you brought that up. That's such a great point. Yes, for your son, I think that would be a key component. And also know the Shakeology is like going to the salad bar 7 times. So there's so many vegetables and like phytonutrients, adaptogens, antioxidants that are in that. It's your one-stop shop nutrition of like amazingness. So definitely getting a flavor that he likes and having that every single morning will truly change everything. And especially with the Concerta in his body. And guys, for those of you who don't know, that's a medication that she's saying. That medication will definitely work that much better with having those nutrients. And then right before baseball practice, and Sarah can talk about that, getting like some Hydrate for electrolytes and getting that Beach Bar in his system before practice would be so crucial. Then again, you also have to shift his mindset and like, yes, he's a teenager, he wants to eat you out of house and home, but get him some nutrients, at least 3 servings of fruits and vegetables every day, if he can. But I think that shake is a great starter place, and the Beach Bars right before practice would be amazing too. And Lindsay, Sarah, feel free to jump in.
I was just going to say really quick that if you can kind of tie the good nutrition to better performance with baseball, if baseball is important to him, tie it to you're going to play better and perform better if you have the right nutrition. So if they can see how it's going to benefit them, because at the age of 16, I would think most of us don't really care about nutrition all that much. I know I didn't. But if somebody would have been like, Sarah, your softball performance will be much better, that would have like struck me. I would have been like, okay, yes.
Yeah, and I have my college coaches all the time messaging me or following me on my Instagram, and they'll be like, Mariah, you're in so much better shape than you were in college. And I was a very good volleyball player, but I would have been a incredible volleyball player. Like, I'm so mad.
Yeah.
Lindsay, go for it. I saw that you unmuted yourself.
Yeah, no, I agree too. And the other thing too, I know working as a high school athletic trainer, I know a lot of the kids don't want to listen to their parents. They don't think their parents know anything at that age. But if you can, like they said, tie it back to better performance, and like I put in the comments too, the hydrate's going to be better for them than Gatorade because there's less sugar in it, because that's a big problem with Gatorade. Yes, it does provide proper like electrolytes, but it's very sugary. So a lot of the times I would water down Gatorade. So the nice thing with hydrate is you don't have to water it down. You mix it as like per the instructions, and there's less sugar in it.
And especially with your son needing to take Concerta, he doesn't need
you don't want
Gatorade anyway.
Right.
No.
Yeah, because I came home today from being out of town, and he's sitting on the couch with a gallon bottle of Deer Park, but he's also got a bag of cookies beside him. I'm like, son, you're canceling this out with, the Deer Park. What gives? What are you thinking? So, you've got Gatorade powder in the pantry. You've got Cliff Bars in the pantry.
Yeah, exactly. So this is going to be really good for him. And then also too, I would definitely stick with the Shakeology at 16 years of age. However, for those mommies on here who are struggling with their kids, I can't stand a Pediasure. I hate, it makes me want to gag every time a parent asks me to write a prescription for WIC to go to Pediasure. Literally, nah. So I think about Daily Sunshine, and Daily Sunshine is incredible. It is all the nutrition that you need, and it is pediatrician approved and recommended. And if I could go to every single freaking pediatric center in the United States and just drop off a bag of Daily Sunshine, I would, because the nutrients that are in that definitely reflect Shakeology, but there are certain components of calcium, iron, and vitamin D that kids need that aren't in Shakeology the way that it needs to truly be. So Daily Sunshine is that go-to for younger kids to be able to get to. And then I think, for me, this is my personal opinion, around 16 years of age, they should kind of transition to Shakeology. If your kids are already in love with Shakeology, not a big deal, because they're going to drink it anyway and they love it. It's not a big deal. And if your kids are already drinking Shakeology, I promise you that kid is not somebody I'm actually concerned that's lacking vitamin D or calcium, because their parents are taking care of their nutrition.
Yeah, I was just going to add to that. So my youngest son loves everything Beachbody, knows all the lingo, asks me for Shakeology every day. Daily Sunshine didn't exist until very recently, so they've already been used to Shakeology. So that's the thing in my house, even though my kids are younger. But my oldest son, if you say anything's healthy, he runs 50 feet away. So what I do is I get the yellow Gatorade from Target. I will literally pour the container down the sink, put in hydrate instead. It looks like everybody else is on the team, so he'll drink it, which is annoying, but that's what I do. And then he won't drink Shakeology, so I make it into popsicles. And I literally go, I'm making popsicles, and he just has a berry popsicle, and it has strawberry Shakeology in it. So I trick my children. So if that's helpful for anybody.
Yeah, and anybody who's watching the recording. So any other questions? I love that, mom hacks. Any other questions, guys? Okay, so we are going to stop the recording, but those of you who are watching the recording, I hope that you have lots of notes and takeaways from both Sarah and I, and just know how incredibly amazing you are, and that we just so appreciate you being here.